take care of it. Just as good. Speak to them. Do they want to hear that stuff? I'm coming. It's even better. What? Good. Ready? I want to thank Torah Anytime, Kavashkacha Brothers, Kaloloch, and Rabbi Yosef Yafi. I want to thank the Eibishter for everything, especially for the fact that my voice couldn't be better. You know, I want to tell you what just happened last week. Hey, Kislev, I have a shtick Torah that's Meyerdik. I have a shtick Torah that I want to say that without Esav in Baich together with Yaakov, there's no Yaakov. Yaakov needs an Esav and Baich together. He got to be raised with an Esav or else, and I'll bring you a riot. Why is it called Sinai? As soon as you get the Torah, you get a sinner. It works. The name is the God sinner. It works together. What's the pshat? When the Torah was given, the Malachim said, give it to us. David said, Kum kina yesh lachem. Sina yesh lachem. Torah is not. Torah means a challenge of midas. You don't have a challenge. Now, Yaakov is Torah. More than anybody. He is Torah. The chesed, tefillah, be'ezdoch Torah, doesn't Torah. So therefore, you must have a sinner, you have an Esav. That's where he's fighting. With a Malach, Yaakov's always fighting. He's the biggest Bamachlekes of all the three of us. He's always fighting. He's always tricking. He's always shticking. He's Ani Esav and he's really Yaakov. And he goes ahead and he steals the Bechayris and the Brachas. He's a ganze Belpulpula Shel Torah Stamazai. You know, when they left Mitzrayim, it says, Tzivay Hashem. You're going to war already? What's going on here? Tzivay Hashem. As soon as you leave Mitzrayim, you're going to war. They're not in Canaan. Because a Yid is a Leichem. Even ladies, Eishes Chayil. V'shalol lo yechsa shalol, his booty is, it's, you know what that is? That's spoils from war. Chagra boys must now. What's the lady? Dr. Shalish. Go to Melchama. Ladies, Eishes Chayil. Chayalit. In Israel, they call them Chayalit. I know, said this guy stood up. What did he do for, she was, I heard the Maisa. This guy, I don't know if it's true or not, it's a great story. But this guy stood up, and this, because it was a woman soldier, the guy stood up, and she smacked him, I don't know what she did. Ani Chayalit! You know who I am? You don't have to get up for me, I'm tough. I'm joking. But a Yiddish mama is a warrior. That's a different shmooze. Without Sarah and Rivka, Hashem Yerachem. If they wouldn't have been on top of things, Yishmael would have been thanks to Mama Sarah. Avram didn't. Avram was all right. You know, Yishmael all right. So, grow out of it. I can't even say anything. I can't even talk about what Avram, why he didn't chop Yishmael. We don't know anything, but that's clear. Sorrow is over him. The ladies, this is not for them, and the men should be meichel me. I don't mean to, right now, once in a while, I say something nice for the other side. I'm joking. Now, and without the Mama Rivka, if Asa would have gotten the brachas, you know what that would have done? The Mama Rivka. That's why V'yinochem Yitzchak Acharei Imoi. He gets Rivka. Now I have a mashgiach. Rabbi Miller says the ladies were mashgichin. Rabbi Hirsch speaks like that a little. There's the Rosh Hashiva, there's the Malmusa, there's the mashgiach. The ladies. All right, that's a different shmuz. But anyway, what was I saying? So he did a lot of tough, and the Mama Rivka did a spitzel. She picked it up from her brother, big brother, Lavan. Lavan taught her how to be a wise guy. Lavan was gewaldig, the night of the chasana, well, no problem. Put the other one. Rachel, Leah, it's okay. He's a Balmusa Yaakov, we'll work it out. A scandal that the world never heard of. And the Mama Rivka says, Lavan gave me a good chinuch. You know, as a Shvindler, the whole Aram, it says in Chazal, whole Aram were a bunch of Shvindlers. They're liars like nobody's business. And Lavan was the Avos for all Shvindlers. Lavan was the king. But that was the Mahalach, the Shvindl. So the Mama Rivka picked it up, and she said, Schwindler. And she pulled a shtickle, a Welt shtickle. She told the brother, it's in the family. Is that an appella? And she says, Yankala, make believe you're Esav. Tata's blit. Let's have some fun. It's a appella, the whole story isn't there. Anyway. But Chas v'sholom, whatever I say here to make it sound interesting, I'm mevatel it. Because you have to shake when you talk about these people. We have no musig. In Avadik, in Slobodka, you don't have to be makabel this. Even when they said Esav, they didn't just say, yeah, Esav, easy. You know, Avshalom HaTzadik is known. Simcha Wasserman liked Rabbi Miller. And Simcha Wasserman was a gadol b'Yisrael mamish. He had no children. He was a Mechanan's son. He was a goyin oilam she'ein kamayu. You could learn your whole life. And one of these big lumdim from Lakewood who knew him in L.A. says, go sit and learn till Mashiach. You'll never come near him. He was a goyin oilam, a tzaddik, you say oilam. And he was involved in Kiruv. Strictly Kiruv. Rabbi Chanan Wasserman's son, Reb Simcha, was totally Kiruv. He used to go to Santa Barbara. They used to pay a ticket for him. He knew English, and he knew how to talk. He was warm, and he knew the language. He knew everything. He was Gavaldi. So I had a schmooze with him. Oh, he was David Chusi Yoga. Should have a lichtig. He got had no children. He gave his life away for Klal Yisrael. Anyway, he was such a no-no. Anyways, there's a story with him. I don't know if it's true. It could have been someone else, I'm not sure. Someone got up in Slobodka. It's a nasty, I'll say it privately. Somebody kibitzed a little with the Altam in Slobodka. About now, Altam in Slobodka had an hugger to speak low. You barely heard him. Rabbi Yerucham did it. Rav Volba did it. I do it too when I'm hoarse. You know why? I'm hoarse, really. It's one of my pratim. I want the Yolam, you want to hear me? Not so fast. You got to go like this. Anyway, the big mashkiachim, they say, used to do that. The Alta from Slobod, the Alta from Novandig didn't do that. The Alta from Slobodka spoke low from the beginning to the end. I heard this and I witnessed. The Alta from Novandig started off slow. You could barely hear him. But he worked himself up and more until, now this, I don't know. When he threw off his jacket, I think he did. And he smashed on the table and he was on fire. That was his style. He started low, more and more until he was exploding. That's the Alta from Navadi. Alta and Slobodka, no. Slow from the beginning to the end. Should I say the joke? I don't like it. Because you have to cover that Torah, you have to be careful. Somebody once cracked a joke. He got an aliyah in Slobodka. He was all the Chashamoid. And they give him an aliyah, getting aliyah. And the Alta walks over to him. He says, I barely heard your aliyah. You know, now the Alta had a reason. Whenever he wanted the Elam to sharpen, if he didn't stop. So he made a joke about, my aliyah, like your shmusin, the same mahalach, something like that. They say the Alta loved it. That's what they say. I don't know if it's true. Probably is. I'm just cautious, So he said, anyway, so Simcha Wasserman Zatzal told me he didn't like He didn't say anything bad. He was too wise God to say anything bad about anybody. But he once needed a favor to get a quarter those days. Yeah, you made a phone call, took a quarter, and put it in, and you made a call. You ever hear that? There's no such bria today with a telephone booth. So I needed a quarter. He went out of his kalim. He had penny. He has all kinds of coins. Let me get you a quarter. He was something to see. Anyway. And his wife was involved with girls. Their life was Klal Yisrael. No children ever. In Los Angeles, a European shit. Los Angeles. In those days, Los Angeles. Shit, and he knew English. He was brilliant of brilliance. And they loved him. He used to go, I remember Santa Barbara was his place. He used to get on a plane, send him. He used to go there and turn over the whole city. He was a kayach. And he wanted kirib. And he was not a Novandiga. And he wasn't like Rabban, who also wanted people to go. I don't know if he didn't, Rabban, I'm not saying kirib. Going out, Rabban pushed that. Reb Nosson pushed that. He wasn't from them. But that was everything by him. Where did he get it? So he said, I don't want to say Barabim, where I'm Chayshid, he got it. I have my own ashkafas about I don't want to make fun of everybody, but probably got it from, anyway. You know where I learned Musa Bespilus from? I picked it up from the Brisker Rav. What? He said it for hours. I'm trying to be more brisk. I mean, what you call brisk, what I call brisk is two dinim. I hold the ikka brisk is, Ayid could say for hours just, you know what the Brisker Rav did during the Second World War? You want to hear my vis? He was on a train. He was on the way to that Freie Shtetl over there. He was on the way to, what's it called? All the Chazanim were there. I forgot all the Chazanim. It was a little, not Freie, it was Jewish. A lot of Chazanim they had there. So it was going to, on Shabbos, the whole ASIC was going to be with Shabbos. And he says, I'm not going to be on a train on Shabbos. Brisker Rav. No way. He got on, first of all, how he was able to get out makes no sense. There were Germans, you know that? Where was he? In Varsha? Germans all over the place. It's fine. He will be okay. And he goes to get it. I heard this from our brother, the story. He's going in the streets. No one, with his beard. He didn't take off his beard, the Rav. He didn't take off his beard. With the Nazis together, no? So I picked the Bטחון from. So, ain't a Mavada. So, if anybody wants to know where I got my Bטחון from Brisk, that's where I got my Bטחון from. Everybody gets what he wants. By the way, believe me, the learning there, there's sugar going on there. Just average height. Brisk is Bטחון. They're the real thing. Meir Stern. Meir Stern is a major Baal Bטחון. You know that? He's brisk. Oh, he answered Baron. Rabban, okay, I'm sorry. I got to get the rules over here. But it's all the Eibishter behind all these sheetas. There's one Eibishter. Anyway, but anyway, what was I saying? So they're sitting on the train, and he held Tilim, the Rav. Certain Rosh Yeshiva says, you want a Yeshua during wartime? I saw it. Loud. And nothing but loud. Rav Chaskel did that. Don't stop learning. Nothing will happen. And it worked. I saw it not work until somebody said, tell him with 10 people, and boom, there was a ceasefire. I was an aide. Until they did that, the learning didn't. You got to believe that learning's going to work. I don't know. But the Brisker Rav believed in Tillim. That's what I heard. And that's what the stories say. Tillim, he'll Tillim. People are in the Valley, they're Machshav Tillim Ad Moed. Rav Weinkrantz said, Tillim. I heard it a little different nusach. You're saying Tillim? Be alebedike Tillim. Zaya David. And that takes Sha'ar B'tachon. Saying Tehillim is great, but I'm always Musa first. That's me. Everybody to his own, you know. Reb Chatzkel his davening was Musa. How many people can do that? I don't know. Some people, what's a schlecht? Abayin Rava is not. There's a mice that I heard. B'Shem Baron, Meir Simcha, was sitting and learning in the middle of the war, First World War. Meir Simcha, the Arsamech. And he said, Reb the Sitter over B'Shem Baron. It was given a shaf. He wasn't a frummy type. Meir Simcha was a shaf. I think he writes somewhere. I had such a great time learning tonight. It's time to go to sleep. Right, it's such a zizkeit that there's a famous story where he made the whole town was going to get the lake was flooding until he walked out, and a few minutes later, bye, go back, get out of here. Anyway, so the Sameach, what was I say? Yeah, so he's sitting and learning in the middle of the war. This is the way I heard this story. I heard it years ago. Maybe you can correct me, but it's a great. Reb Nelson told me once, don't be so medactic how it happened. Reb Nelson told me this because I'm teaching kids. I got very nervous first year, but then I taught. I had top kids. I had Rabbi Olshin in my class. I had to watch what I'm saying. So I was medactic. The first year I was crazy. Every move, did he? Is this what? Don't say an extra word, you know. How do you know that what are you making it? Until Reb Nosson straightened me out. That's why it pays to have a Rebbe. Gets rid of so much from kiting. You have a Rebbe, yeah, Abimata Musa Haskell. But you don't have to say Ganze Shkorim. I'm not. But anyway, this is the way I heard this story. So, what's his name? Rebbe Sameach was learning, and the bombs were all over the place. The world has no shaykhis what the First World War was. Forget about the Second World War. The first 65 million people were involved. You know that? You know, I know details. The horrors of that Milchama. The horrors, the warfare, the shtick they pulled to poison each other with all kinds of. The Welt has no musik. The First World War was a Gehenna beyond. And on that, Reb Chatzkel said, Kinderspiel, b'shem Chavetz Chaim. The Hefzik, I heard this from Nelson. The Second World War, the Hefzik, Third World War, Shiach. He told this to Reb Shalom Shadran. Shalom said, you're getting us depressed. So he says, Yichap B'chlal Nish v'Tzitzakdo. When the Amuna of the world goes down, that's what it's destroying the whole Bria. There's no Amuna, there's no Bria. And the wars are a simon of what's really happening, which is much worse when Amuna falls. So First World War is just part of it. The second one, with less Amuna, you get in a concentration camps when you don't have Amuna. Now, Rabbi say, all those people who heard on Amuna and B'tachon are preventing holocausts. How do you like that one? It's like Valdi. That's a mafurish. Krishma, Shachris, Vahavis, during Milchama. When you go to sleep, the Gemara Bracha says, say Krishma. And all the Makatrigim disappear. And if you're sick, Krishma's a skula. Eina Mavada, Reb Chaim Bolodzin's Eina Mavada, it's Krishma. Hashem Echad. It's all the same vod. You say there's one. Now you're learning Sha'ar B'tachon Zuk the Gaim. You learn Sha'ar B'tachon, it's a school of all kinds of Yeshuas. Why? I say for that reason. Because the whole Sha'ar B'tachon is don't worry. Don't be curious anything else. The Abishah will take care of you. So, I don't know. Don't ask me more. That's as far as I'm going. But I want to say, they say it'll be minutes. That I heard. Third World War will be over in several minutes. That's what there's supposed to be a medrash, right? The going. Okay. So now so what was I saying? Okay, so therefore, if the Rambam says he'd rather teach Emuna than anything else, now you know why. Now, why have a kasha? I don't want to get me mafalpal here. The Gemara says, Yasik b'Torah. Learn. It doesn't work, say Krishma. Isn't Krishma learning? They all ask that. There's something about Krishma. It's the kind of learning that you need for the moment when you're in danger. So Salat says such about. He says that there's learning, and there's learning the sugya that you need for the moment. That's a different kind of learning. So I would say, besides the school, I know. So therefore, when we learn B'tachon, we're saving the whole world. Have that in mind. Have that in mind. A million times. I just spoke to a person who's Mazaka the Rabbim with hundreds of Talmidim. Hundreds, who's having Yisudim. I says, it's a scandal. How could you have Yisudim? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You have to believe what Zikr Rabbim actually is. People who believe in B'tachon weekly, you want to hear what happens to people who believe in You want to hear stories? You believe? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, sure, right. And we have over here the Chshuvim of Brooklyn have arrived. Rabbi Ocean, Rabbi Tshpag, where are you? Where is he? He's there. We're honored to have you there, Mamish. Vazaki Saram, what they do for us. Anyway, so I says you have to. Amalek makes a joke out of everything. I'm telling you, I sit down and I write. I once wrote Akalina Kite, and it came true more than once. You wrote. Do you believe that writing is a metzias? You write a positive word. Come inside, Rabbi, inside his room. Wait, I want them to hit the guys inside the machine. How many? Last count? 800?
878.
What?
878.
878. He has the figures. Anyway, so what do I want to say? Where am I up to? Krishna. Yeah, you say Krishna, yeah. You say Brisker in the middle of the plane, of the train. Suddenly started saying, tell him. And as he's saying, tell him, the train suddenly starts flying. He wanted to get there before Shabbos, which made no sense whatsoever. To get Odessa is the city. Odessa is like, it's a sort of modern type of place. All the Chazonim came from Odessa. Come inside, Rabbi said. Anyway, so he was on the way to Odessa to escape. And suddenly the train starts flying. It made no sense. He was saying, tell him, and zoom. And he got there just before Shabbos. You know what I said? No, you're Brisker up. So I got my B'tachon from Brisk. That's where I'm getting it. Brisk. That's where I'm picking it up from. What's wrong? It's a free country. Now listen to this. A few days ago, I wanted to say, I'm working this out. It's next week's B'tachon Weekly. Be'ez Hashem. You must have an Esav and Boich together, or else there's no Yaakov. You have to have a healthy Yetzer Hara to be worth anything in this world. If you don't have another side to you, you're not worth nothing. That's why David HaMelech was an Admoni and a Mayavi with fire of not such good fire, and he channeled it, L'Teva. You must have that. Sinai, right? When you gave Abishai gave us the Torah on Sinai, sinner. Sinai means sinner. You have to have the guy going against you, and then you're still going to be a Yid. Now we're talking. Do you know that Arachaim HaKodesh says a half of the kavod? It's delicious, not shayach. V'kolev ekev ruach acheres ha'isabay. Kolev is better than Yeshua. Kolev, why is this? There's a few psukim that says Kolev. Singles him out. Not more than Yeshua. After he wasn't part of the Meragim. Because Dr. Chaim HaKadosh, he had the same fiery rotzen to be a Meragel. He had it. He was ready to go for them. Yeah, let's be a Meragel. And he went and he davened against his own rotzen. He's the man. Yeshua, he had a Rebbe. who davened for him, and Yeshua lost his Yitzhahara. So he didn't have the challenge. So, that's why most people who come to me, I say, look, if I give you a bracha, then I'm the Malmifas here. If I told you how to work on it, and you succeed, then you're the Malmifas. Take your pick. My Rebbeim taught me that let the other guy be. But the dar is a shvacha dar, so lately I'm always doing the Vitzah. Anyway, but what was I talking about? Where am I up to? Tell me where I'm up to. Anyway, so, what? Oh? Yeah, okay, that's it. Now, listen to this. So I'm saying about this, that the sinner works, that's what Yaakov is always fighting. The Ben Torah has, Barasi Torah Tavlin, the official way to kill the Yetzirah. Tzayfa Roshel Atzadik Vachla Misai. He wants to kill you, you sign a Yagodl, the Yetzirah, Torah. Yaakov is always fighting because Torah and Yetzirah, that's how it works. Learn and you kill him. You're okay. That's why Yaakov is always fighting. He's always challenged. See, he was born holding on to his brother's Fashtunkana Esav Fisala. That's how he's born. And they gave him the name. It's a good name. Yaakov, Yodeh Chezbach. That's how you name a kid. And he's not traumatized with such a name. Nowadays he's seeing therapists. Aker is bad enough. You know, Chazal say he did not have a nice name. Esav did have a nice, he did. See, the boy without the nice name, Steigs. That's why he didn't fall for nice names. Oh, you don't have a nice name? That's fine. That's lechatchila. What's wrong with Miriam? Bitter. Miriam means bitter because she has Sheba. They're bitter. It's fine. By us, we don't care about those things. It's so important. So you have a disadvantage. Without a disadvantage, you're not worth a penny. You must have a disadvantage. You thank those parents who messed you up when you were a kid. Because if they wouldn't have messed you up, you're getting nothing. So you're the Kudish Berechem Nikis. You know, the Welt says, and it's a Ugetin Zachatas de Irim, besides you of the Kudish Berechem. You know what that means? Somebody finished up all the garbage that he did in his life, the not nice things. Besides Yom, he became a Kudish Berechem. You know, and he became famous. I'm joking. Anyway, so what was that? What are we talking about? So you must that Yetzirah. So Kalev, Eikev, Roche. Now that same shtickle, I saw this brought down in Mefarshim. Is it in the same Arachaim? Because I'm not sure. The davening to beat the Yetzirah means you won. You're showing you don't want the Yetzirah. You know what that's worth? Let me ask you a stupid question. Let's say you're two brothers in your family. You and your brother. Your brother is the star that everybody's raving over, the Mitsuyan. And you are struggling, never, right? Who's bigger? Use your head. Who's really bigger? The one that has it all? That, because the Baba daven good, so Mamela, he's against Abal Kishrin, or you? About that guy who struggles is bigger. The one who davens the Mama Leah, the Sephardi says, who is bigger? Leah or Rachel? Zok the Sephardi, Rachel was bigger. So why is Leah the whole? Because not being big and having to struggle makes you bigger. Got it? Vayashem Yisnu Leah. She didn't make it into the top yeshiva. Yiftach is Rachba. I want to tell you something. It says that Yitzchak Avinu, right after he had the Maisa with Abimelech, that Tshepeg was on Misa Maisa, he's afraid, his wife, you know. Right afterwards it says that Ish Halach V'Gadol Ad Ma'id. There's a pasuk that says Yitzchak became big. Right after that horrible Maisa, suddenly he starts knocking. Yaakov Avinu, right after Vayistain Esav, boom, he has his galus with Malachim. Right after Esav hates him, he has his galus, he gets 12 shvatim, and right after Lavan runs after him, it says he bumps into Malachim all over again. It looks like if they're after you and you're going through some type of pickle, get ready for good news. Who do you need more than Yosef Atzah? They kicked him out of the house. A melech for 80 years, he saved the world. David Amalek, they kicked him out of the house. I'm king. So all those people who just follow through, it's all over the place. Right after something big, the Nazi Holocaust. Right after the Nazi Holocaust is Gevon, us, who are the pride of Klal Yisrael. When did Klal Yisrael ever have us? Nobody's bigger than us. Face reality. Did Klal Yisrael ever have yeshivas with thousands of people in them? In Treifa America yet? In the Treifa Goyish Gesalach, and the harving and learning? You ever see these cute kids? You ever see them? I eat them up all day. They are reina pure souls, one after another. I want to tell you something, Meridic. City people are a little bit, I like city people, but I'm a little out of town. I come from Far Rockaway, New York, where you say hello, and you know each other, and you're a friend. Rabbi Jacobs once told me about getting involved with a certain, he says, yeah, it's a real big city matzav. I don't know if it's for you. Rough and tumble, we'll kill each other. Shivas krachim. Chazal say it's tough. You have to be made out of certain leather, to withstand. So a soft out-of-towner, where everybody says, hi, how's the family? Everyone's geschmack. And they got a big city. Look at when they walk in the street. Everyone looks like he's got the world on his shoulders. He taka does, because he's in a big city. It's not easy. You walk around Nebuch, he's out of town. I'll tell you what I observed once. The summertime, in the Catskill Mountains, I saw the same big city people. They were sweet as sugar. And I said, it's all totally in the muckum. You're right. You put the same guy in a different place, he's sweet. But anyway, I'm observing this. You don't have to be Moscow with me. I'm observing this on Ashir. I am seeing a certain Edelkeit and Tmimus right here. The city people finally made it. It seems the out-of-towners taught them. And they say hello on Shabbos. They say, and there's a Tmimus. I speak to Bachram. These are, cool guys. Some might smoke. I smoke his house. I don't know the matzav today. When I was a kid, it was still okay, whatever. But they're a little bit. They're so sweet. There's so much tmimis. I used to say, when you have this out-of-towner, they had the mile, they have a tmimis. I see it right here. I promise you, I see it left and right. I'm asked to speak in front of kids. And it's all over. They're so... Right here, unser chevra. You don't have to go to your huppets to have midos. You can get midos right here. Even though you're learning, you can still have midos. I'm joking. Chas v'sholom. How dare you talk like that? Mendel! I say that then. Chas v'sholom. I feel in that joke, Tom, and they say, get there. You help it there. I'm always basking. Anyway, so, how much longer? Oh, keep going. Anyway, now what happened? So I have this thing about you have a Yitzhar as a git, and you have to have a sinner towards evil. I had a whole thing on that. Boom! I open up Rabbaruch Berkeshmol. Rabbi say, Gan Eden Atachten is Berkeshmol. I don't know if I was dafke into it so much, even in my good days. I don't know. I was into that type of stuff for sure, but today for sure not. I love that whole lum this ew and ooh, but I don't know. Poke that safe is what I'm always looking at. You're gonna catch me with Spring Hill Times. Well, where's Rabbi Golumbek's question and answers? You'll catch me with one of those. Yeah, you'll catch me with this you'll catch me. Sometimes they even look at Bטחון weekly. You gotta see this week's. It's ma'ardik in the belt. Even I hold it's ma'ardik. It's taka ma'ardik. I chazed it too. Even my wife held it was givaldik. Read it. It's ma'ardik. You know, people are doing lately to my Bטחון weeklies. They go like this: questions and answers. They take they don't even look at the cover. Cover is not around. Oh, let's see the question and answers. And somebody told me he saw somebody in Kel Shimshon. He ripped off the question and answers, left the whole thing, and he took it home. Just give me the get to the point. Get to the question and answers. That's the failure. Anyway, so what was I talking about? What? A big or small. All right, big or small. You say that. This is what I heard. I'm going to say Lashon Hara now. All the lumping, be prepared, I'm going to kill you. Ready? He went to, so anyway, that, I looked at Big Ishmael, and that was my thought. He says, the only way you love the Abishad, you got to hate Ra. He was the sweetest human being in the world. You know, when he spoke about his Gdolim Reb Chaim and the Beis Halevi, there was some Chassidim in the yeshiva. He says, the Chassidim Shalom will listen, your Gdolim are just as good as mine. The only reason I'm always saying the Litvish is because they're the ones I know. But yours are just as good. He used to say that. No, Rabbi. You find me a Rabbi. You know what he once said, Rabbi? Yeah, I heard this from Malchus Schwab. He said, Teire, I'm schwach. You're Shemayim, I'm schwach. But Avish Yisrael, ooh, there I'm okay. He used to kiss. He loved everybody. He had a schwacha bacha in yeshiva that no one looked at him. He went wild over the bacha. Yankala is da. He is Yankala. He loved his Yankala, who was Shach. You know, the big, he didn't make it into the Kachim Chabur. Not by Baruch Be'er. He said, Barabim, he's my Yankala. Who needs him, who wants him? He's not good for the yeshiva. It's not the reputation, you know. We need he was there, Baruch Be'er. Anyway, I told you, Mike, he kissed Nog. You heard that already, you know? He met a Yid in the street, he kissed her. No. So I see now he said, but when it came to Tzionis, I hope I don't have the wrong people here. I'm going to sound a little bit one of those. When it came to Tzionis, Reb Gershon was a Kanoi. You know that? He was best friends with Reb Yelish. B'chlal, they were good, but they were good in this. Tzionis. Reb Gershon, he once invited I'm not going to say his name, the most controversial Torah Catholic in the universe. He invited him for Shabbos to France. And even among the most sharp in Torah Catholic, he was like, easy. Easy. He was the fire. Privately, I'll tell you. I know Reb Gershon invited him in. I'm not worried. And he was there a whole Shabbos, and he was knocking, you know. And Reb Gershon had him speak. Shabbos morning, speak again. And some of these Moroccans, they were Tmimis Tigacheva, even though they were raised with Reb Gershon's Kanois, but he was like too much. And they were debating together. What do you mean? And he started being Mavatal. I don't know, whatever they say there. I don't want to talk. He started saying his pitch. And they started asking me, this is no good. Reb Gershon was sitting there and watching the show and enjoying it. They were killing each other. Reb Gershon smiled. He saw his chevra screaming, and he saw him screaming back. Reb Gershon. He liked it. You should know. I don't know about this. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong with it, but that a person's alive don't hurt. You know, it's good to be alive. I just spoke to Nebuch, somebody in the family. He's depressed, the guy. The lady's going out of her mind. He's in bed. Boss Tutman. I says, you know how to cook? Stuff him up with English goulash. give him food, wake him up. You got to be alive. You know, Aleph Beis, be alive. You can't afford a masbid. He doesn't learn a word right now because he's never depressed. He's in bed, Nacht. Does he like fruit? Yeah. Get to work. Give him the best of you. Stuff him up. Suffer like a tutor. So, wake and get him out of his they say Rabbi Miller, when his son was depressed, he used to call him up. He used to say, eat cake. And I heard I was Machavin. He said ice cream too, right?
Take the bottle.
What?
He said take the bottle.
Take the bottle. Maybe sure, that's beautiful. That I didn't know. Now I got a heta. Got straight. Not shy, the bottle. Beautiful. Eat cake and take the bottle. And I said some other ideas. There's certain, I don't want to talk what you're allowed to do in such a matzah. I don't want to get involved. It's a private sock. But I says, you know how to crack jokes? You want to hear what? I didn't want to say it over, but I'll tell the Yelim what the joke that I wanted to say. What do you do if you miss your mother-in-law? Take back a few steps and shoot again. You never heard that? Zogima! The mother will be Michael. Let him get out of his depression. You know the mice with the mother-in-law. My mother was a big tzaddikus. Don't get any bad ideas. My wife doesn't hear. I can say what I want. I'm joking. She's a Yenavel. She had tzaddikus. My mother-in-law did not eat treif in Auschwitz. You know that? She had a heta. There was a Rav guy, a Hungarian Rav. Zug za'ala make essen. These three mystic Hungarian girls didn't want to eat treif. Zug za'ala essen. I know a famous Rosh Hashiva who ate treif. It's a mutter, it's a mitzvah. She didn't eat. My mother. So now I can make my jokes. I'm covered. She was a good lady, Hungarian lady, tzaddikus. Suppose you're going to learn. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah. What? And so this guy's yelling, hey, hey, hey. He says, your mother-in-law is trying to get at, she's all the way up. And she's trying to break through the window. And the window doesn't, she wants to jump out and kill herself. And the window's not opening. Well, what do we do? He said, that's talking a problem. The window's not opening. I'm joking, please. Mother-in-laws are good people. I don't know why they chepa. Why the Chazal, I'll leave you with a kasha, I'm not going to answer it. Why does it say in the Saita, Kom kala b'chamoisa? All the daughter-in-laws are going to kill them, are going to go against the mother-in-laws. What's with the Shved and the Adam? We also have our issues, you know. They once said, I heard this in the Vardi, they once wanted to find out who's the guy Shved. They just watched, oh, that must be a Shved. Just, they're fighting already. Oh, it's a Shved. It must be a Shved. Somebody told me the reason why it doesn't say, come Adam b'Shved, is because there's Pashit. and they're killing each other. I'm joking. Anyway, I don't know the terrors. Why does it say, whoever has an Isha Ra, ain't a Raya P'nei Gehenim? Why doesn't it say, whoever has a rotten husband, ain't a Raya P'nei Gehenim? Can't they be rotten husbands also? That's Chazal. Baruch Hashem, there's little ladies here, but it looks like, you know. Ladies are mine, they're mature. I mean, a guy never has a lady. So anyway, where am I up to? I got 3 more minutes. Then they're going to start asking me questions. Yeah, I want to get to the point. Baruch Be'er spoke about Oyev Hashem Sinurai, as our pasuk there. He hated the Tziyainim big time. Baruch Be'er, the same Oyev Yisrael Tziyainim. You know what he once did to a guy? It was a little. The guy shut off his guy wanted to show he was a little bit azay. So he shut off the music that his wife was playing because her Baruch Be'er was in the house. It wasn't Mechavad, her Baruch Be'er. Baruch Be'er killed him. Where's your derech? Well, Achzorius, your wife wants to hear music, and he was a favor of Baruch Be'er. Baruch Be'er was a tzaddik anyway. So, and he speaks about that, and he keeps speaking about. So, after I got Baruch Be'er and I said over Bishmai, this whole business, I find out that night was Baruch Be'er's yahrzeit. The same day that I never picked up a Berich Shmuel in 20 years. I picked it up. And that was the night that was his yahrzeit. By me, I don't care what you say. By me, I have a connection with Baruch Bear without a suffix. Not stop. I take that personal. I once orangutan in Rashi, a very orangutan. I found out that night was Rashi's yahrzeit. I'm an anical. And I was davening for the Yom, and I felt there was something. I am into that stuff. I am a little spooky, if you don't mind. But just what it gets, when it gets with Nervin, you did this, I've ate it, that's what, and I did nothing. You know, I just told the Eibishter tonight, I promise you. I want certain things. I'm doing a lot in Avodas Hashem. I'm having successes. That's an old story with me. Am I good? But lately, the Eibishter's give me siyata d'shmaya. I says, Eibishter, I want big things. Not because I'm a great guy. I know I'm a great guy. Because you are gewaldig. I said it Pamoli and I mean it. I don't want none of that stuff. Bטחון doesn't mean by sein and your meisim. I don't want to get involved in that, even though I'm gewaldig still. What do I want to say about? That'll be enough. Now we can get the questions. Questions are saving me. I don't know what to say anymore. Questions. I want to thank the Eibishter for the questions. I'd be stuck. You know, what am I going to talk? How much can I?